We are live.
All right.
Go for it. Say something witty, Jacob.
Something witty, Jacob. Hey, everybody. This is the BAMF podcast, and we're here to give you a brief message that the Champions of the Electric Cube War adventures are still on Kickstarter. We are crowdfunding for the next 11 days. That is a series of adventures for this RPG, the original Valor Knights from Bloat Games, which we all know and love. Love you. And our own Champions of the Electric Cube War, which has additions to this game. We also have all the rules in here, so if you just want to get this because it has all the rules, you can easily do that. This is available on DriveThruRPG. We also have a pledge level or an add-on where you can pick this up for a cheaper price than you can normally get it. That's available through the Kickstarter.
So if you like transformable robots, how does this emulate that genre?
This emulates the genre fairly well. It is a very simple, easy system to learn. It's kind of based on a mix of 5th edition and the Black Hack, which is a simplified old school D&D system that basically takes everything down to its basis components. You're not worrying about all these different abilities or things that you pick up over the course of your adventuring. Pretty much once you have a character, you get all your abilities all at once. How much damage you do is based on what kind of character you play. So if you play a warrior, you're dealing lots of damage. If you're playing a support character, you're doing middle damage. And if you're playing a what we call a mini bot, you're doing even a little less damage because they have different abilities. The mini bots can, for example, use their luck points or electrocube points, as I like to call them, to boost the abilities that everyone else is doing, whereas the support characters can use protection fields and heal. So it's all about what kind of easy character you want to play. It's really uncomplicated. So everyone can play a robot, and what kind of vehicle form you want to be is really up to you. It just adds. It's all just there as part of the narrative to get you along. There's no serious mechanics behind it. It's all just how things work. You know, if you can fly, then you can fly. If you turn into something that goes into the ocean, then you can go into the water and maneuver really easily. You know, that sort of thing.
Don't forget that.
And over the course of the adventures, we've not found that to be a problem.
Yeah, it's true.
The idea that you're a car or a helicopter hasn't really been an issue. It's just you've got stuff you can do the other person can't do, but that's fine. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And can you talk about a bit of the adventures real quick?
Yeah. So the adventures that we are promoting on Kickstarter, and currently there are 6 total. They can be played individually if you want, or they can be played as a full story, one going into the other. We have steps that integrate that in the adventures as they are described. Like I said, you can do the full story if you want, play them individually, however you choose. There are currently 6 adventures. We are on our way on a stretch goal to add a 7th adventure. We would like to pick up more. Hopefully we can, because we had a total of 10 adventures planned, which would take characters from levels 1 through 10, which is the maximum level of the Valor Knights RPG.
Yeah, and let's not forget some of this badass art that you do for and I'm a fan of a lot of the stuff that you draw, but your Valor Knights, not to say that other word, is I love your Valor Knights art.
Thank you very much.
It's like some of my favorite stuff that you do, and you can tell you really enjoy drawing them as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, when it comes to things like transforming robots, I have been a fan of the transforming robot genre since they came out when I was 7 years old.
Right on.
And so it was the first genre I assimilated. There used to be a day where I could open up the Marvel comic and they'd have a 2-page spread of every single character, and I could go, I would be able to name every single character on that and tell you what vehicle they turned into.
It's true.
I can't do that now, but there was a day. And it's for that simple matter that I love this RPG. When Eric Bloat put this out, I was like, yes, because this is something I've wanted as an RPG for the longest time, and I know a lot of other people who are a fan of their genre have wanted this game, this kind of game. And like I said, because of its simplicity, it emulates that Saturday morning or afternoon cartoon show that we all grew up with. It emulates that style very easily.
It really does.
Combats run quick.
Yeah.
They're simple. It's really all about the creativity of the players. If you want to do anything more complicated than pew pew pew.
And that's how you know you're getting like a game that's just fun to play. Because, I mean, there are some games out there, and I don't know how people do it. I mean, they run up and they're like, yes, I haven't had my trigonometry today. I'm going to place and roll some dice and try to, figure out Pythagorean theorem. It's like, what? Dude. I can remember like old champions back in the day. You grabbed a fistful of dice and then spent an hour counting them,
Oh, yeah.
and like combat, what was it? 3 seconds of combat took 3 hours of gameplay.
Yes.
And you were just like, I was like, but this is fun. This is fun. And you have a great Victor Alpha voice.
Thank you.
Aid rocks the science of it all.
Yeah. And I know we've been going on about my art here, but Aid's got some great pieces in here, because all the maps that are in the adventures, that's all Aid's work.
Can you show them?
I don't think I have any. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me bring this up and share my screen.
Yes, please. While he's doing that, Aid, how has your experience been with the game?
Yes, fun. Yeah, I do like the idea that it is very, very kind of loose and the balance. There's not really a balance issue; it's more of a fun issue. Yeah. So if it's fun, go with it. It's not. It's not like everything doesn't have to have the same amount of hit points, and everything doesn't have to do the same amount of damage. And this guy's got a bonus to this thing. Everyone else. So yeah, it's really It doesn't go wildly out of balance. I mean, I don't feel like the big guys, the leader types, outmatched everybody else because they do stuff the leader types don't do. The leader types may be able to do that smackdown move, which kills stuff quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But can they reprogram the microwave oven? It's so it's like it's all stuff like that really. And again, it gives a nice group thing where everyone's got something, a different kind of character and a different kind of character class. Everybody's got something to do. They can always contribute to the story. So yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Can you talk about making these maps and like how you got into the project and what what did they need from you when they said, "Hey, we need maps"?
I just like drawing maps. I always have liked drawing maps. Mapping was always a thing I used to love doing even way back when like playing basic D&D. So the idea I can get to actually draw stuff for games and stuff is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so I know we played through the adventures as we went, and I drew the maps. The kind of like I represented what we saw on the actual on the game table at the time. We needed stuff, so it's like, okay, right, we need to crash ships. I like drawing crash spaceships. Scrap yards, whatever, anything that's needed there. I'll throw it together and hopefully take inspiration from real world stuff so that it actually looks consistent with the real world, but still fun to play with.
Yeah, no doubt. You got another map you can show us, Jacob?
Yep. I'll bring that up here.
But yeah, so the character you've been playing throughout the game, Aid, is very science savvy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way that you like to, is that the way you like to play as far as when you jump into a game, you want to be the guy that reasons it versus shoots it?
I tend to do, I tend to play a lot of skill-based characters, so rogues and stuff in the past, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, also it means I don't have to be the guy that has to chat a lot and do all the interaction. I can just be the guy sitting in the back trying to work the stuff out while the other people do the. Yeah, so that's always cool. But yeah, no, and again, Walljack, probably one of my favourite characters. One of the very first toys I had was Transformers as it came out. Apart from the very very small original Bumblebee, that was the very first one I got. So the idea I can emulate, that Walljack character is kind of the guy you turn to go, okay, what does this actually mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, it's always character classes that. Yeah, again, make up that storyline. If you didn't have a Wheeljack character, the other characters probably wouldn't be able to do what they did. So,
Yeah, this one is a slightly bigger map that we had Aid do. The first one you saw was Nova Hawk's crashed ship, which is a pretty sizable ship that's in a crater. But this is a pretty big military complex here. All those lines you see are supposed to be lines of military vehicles. This is supposed to be a vehicle depot.
Yeah, that's a lot of vehicle.
So the fact that Aid can do just these amazing different scales of maps it's really great.
I like
getting the scale is sometimes a problem. Yeah, trying to get as much detail on a page and actually making it usable can be an issue. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and obviously that hasn't got the pointers on it that tell you where all the bits are. But yeah,
I gotta tell you, I love the trails in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the final map where you had everything positioned. I only have the map that you sent me and the map where I made the notes of this means
the
this.
Notes on, yeah.
These are all my handwritten notes. It's like, nah, let's not show that. That's all the crap.
But yeah, no, it's cool.
No, the handwritten notes make it. Are you kidding? So we got a few more days left to go on this.
Yep.
What are some of the things that if somebody's thinking about, they're hovering over the pledge button and they haven't done it yet, what would you say to them? Like, hey, this is a lot of fun and this is why.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of nostalgia to this. The Transformers is a big draw for me, and especially people my age. It was one of the major stories and influences of my youth. And not only that, but Transformers has continued to stay with us for a long time. There have been a lot of different series. There's been the Energon series, the Unicron War series, Transformers Prime, the terrible Michael Bay movies. This and is continuing. We're getting some new stuff. So I'm glad that we're getting more of this. And as games continue to expand, because as we saw with the recent OGL crisis, people are wanting new games, and this can be something that will present with an alternative, because some fantasy is great. Fantasy is always fun, but sometimes you want to play a game where you get to pick up a blaster and go pew pew pew, and this offers that, and it offers something a little larger than just the standard fantasy, because Valor Knights. These are immortal robot aliens who live thousands of years. They have a long history and you can do futuristic space adventures with them. You can go and do all sorts of science fiction fun with this game.
Another cool thing as well about having a game that's set in the now rather than fantasy, you can use maps for your everyday stuff. You can buy an Ordnance Survey map, and you can set it in your hometown. If you wanted a Valor Knights base outside your hometown, you can do it there. And then everybody in the local area knows where that is. That location is. We know where that is. Where that that world there. Oh, you're in that. Yeah, and that's the one cool thing. And and Bondi references as well. So you know, you
Yeah.
don't have to have any anachronism of the wizard trying to explain something, you know, about Shaft or something. So it's like, yeah, it's a good way of setting a game, because I say it's just that familiarity is probably a good way of getting new players into it as well, because it's like, well, you know what this is, you know what a car is, you know what this is, you know what a vehicle is, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, it also helps with the GMs because because this game is set on Earth. You don't have to spend a whole long time describing every little things, because these are the things we're all familiar with. Yes, go to the library, read some books. You know, pick up. Yeah, sure. You got a cell phone. You know, you don't have to. Can I cast a sending spell? Do you have the material components? No, I don't. Well, you have to go get them. It's like phone.
Another cool thing going from your games we've seen on Facebook, Jacob. If you want miniatures, Matchbox cars, easy to get hold of.
Oh,
I mean, how easy it is to go down pick Matchbox cars up and is to buy dragons. You know, it's just
did
so
you see
easy. So,
these?
oh yeah, I saw the Hiss tank. Yeah, that's not nice.
I got these in the mail last night. They're perfect. They are perfect game scale.
So
They're
yeah,
amazing.
and again, easy to get hold of. Yeah, you know, maybe probably the actual robot toys might be a little bit too large, but I'm sure you can people can make miniatures. Trying to stomp around an Optimus Prime and a Bumblebee minifig might be a bit of an issue, but yeah, the actual make some miniatures, make some figure flats out of paper, Matchbox cars for cars, perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing in my current game. So it's been a lot of fun. The one that I run with locally with my friends, as opposed to the one online, because it's a little difficult to get, you know, a tabletop set up with you all. And did you're muted.
I was gonna say, then you need multiple cameras. You need like, you know, like
Exactly.
all sorts of garbage going on. It's got to be a
Exactly.
computer like mine is right now, with the fan cranked out because I have like 100 things running. But yeah, so we got a few days left. We got 11 days to go. You know, where the project is funded. So for God's sakes, get out there and you know, check some more, because I mean, it really is a good time.
Yep, we're like Walter said, we're completely funded. We're just trying to hit stretch goals. The Once the project ends, the initial 6 adventures will be hitting you pretty much immediately. They are all ready to go in PDF form. You're going to have to wait a little longer for the print on demand, as that has to go through the acceptance process, and we have hit the stretch goal to do a new cover art for the collected PDF print on demand, but I have not drawn it yet. So it'll be just a little extra time longer before the print on demand version is ready to go out to the fans. But the PDFs will hit you pretty much immediately.
That's fantastic. So yeah, if you got a mind to run some transformable robot time at your table, for God's sakes, go to Electrocube War Adventures on Kickstarter. You know, drop a couple bucks. It's not that expensive, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you mobilize at the table. Jacob, you want to take us out?
All right, yeah, but this has been the BAMF podcast. If you like what you see here, please support us. We have Patreon. We can give us on coffee. We also have a variety of merchandise. But like I said, we're here mostly here to support the Zine Quest Electric Cube Adventures Kickstarter. So if you got $1, throw us $1. Share on social media. Get the word out there. That way more people know about it. Otherwise, thank you very much, and we hope you have a very nice day.
And I'm going to hit the button.
All right.